Hello, this is the third section of the SAS course. In this section, we talk about SAS language and the structure of SAS programs. First of all, we talk about SAS statements. The SAS language consists of SAS statements, and you usually write several SAS statements to create your SAS code. Each SAS statement always ends in a semicolon. You can divide one SAS statement into several rows in your code editor, or you can write several SAS statements in one row in the code editor. You can also use indentations to make your code more readable, and it's good to notice that compared to some other languages, in SAS, lowercase and uppercase letters are usually identical. The only exception being that when we talk about variable values and we want to refer to a variable value, then, for example, the name Pekka is not equal to Pekka with capital letters. So when you refer to variable values that are character values, then the case matters. Names of datasets and variables, they can contain maximum of 32 characters in SAS. These names can include letters, numbers, and underscores, but it's important to notice that SAS does not understand non-English letters such as the Scandinavian ä, ö, or the Swedish o. And also the first character in these names cannot be a number. I already mentioned in the previous section that the file format for SAS datasets is the SAS 7b dot. So that's the file type extension part. And the variable types in SAS, they are either numeric or character. And when we talk about numeric variables, it's important to notice that missing values are indicated with a period. So, for example, in a SAS program, if you set some value to missing, you give this period as the value in your SAS code. But on the other hand, it's important to notice that if you, for example, import data from Excel, then you follow the rules of Excel. So there you would leave the cells empty to indicate that they are missing cells. And then when they are transformed into SAS dataset, SAS automatically puts the periods in them. SAS program consists, we already said that it consists of these SAS statements, but you use several SAS statements to build either data or proc steps. Data step, they are needed in order to create a permanent or temporary SAS dataset, and the key point of using data step is usually to perform different kinds of data management operations, merging data sets or transforming variables, or many different data management operations can be conducted. It's also good to remember how the data step processes the data. So in one data step, you might have several statements that perform different tasks, but the way it's processed is that the data step picks the first row from your input dataset, and then it makes all the operations that you had defined in the data step first to the first data row, and then it outputs one complete data row that has all the operations performed, and that's the way the output data set is created, one row at a time. So you first create first row, second row, third row, and so on until the whole output data set is created. Data step is the one step, but then there is also proc step. Proc step, on the other hand, is used to analyze data, draw graphs, or conduct this kind of operations. It always starts with the keyword proc, and then it's followed by the name of the procedure used to complete the task in question. And we will get to know several different proc types in this course. Usually both data and proc steps should be ended with a run semicolon statement in order to let us know that's the end of the step. And in addition to these data and proc steps, SAS programs can also include these kind of statements that can exist outside of data and proc steps. There is, for example, the options and libname statements. Options statement is a one where you can set different system options, such as a line size, page size, an option to exclude date from the output or exclude the page number and so on. Orientation is also one option which might be quite convenient to switch to landscape and get more space. Libname statement, on the other hand, can be used to create a library reference, which we talked earlier that it's a way where you can sort of give a nickname or a keyword to a specific file folder in order to tell SAS in your program that you want to, for example, pick a data from a specific folder, or you want to save your output data that you are creating into that specific folder. But we will see examples of this libname statement soon. And here it actually comes. So this is here we talk about how to create a library reference using this libname statement, and I have two examples here. First one is when we are using Linux server, SAS, and the second one is if we are using a SAS installed on your local computer. So in both you start with the libname and then you give a name for the library reference. Here it's this kir, and followed by that you give a within these quotation marks you give a folder path where you want to refer using your library reference. So in this Linux server version, I'm indicating that I want to create a library reference that would refer to this folder called SASPROC 2025 that's located under my home folder on the Linux SAS server that we are using. So this is just my user ID here. If SAS is installed on your local computer, then you just give the folder path as you would normally, and that's that. The important thing to notice is that the way you have these that in Linux server, it's this way that you put these lines here, and then in local computer they are backwards. One thing I noticed when I was working on this, I noticed that in the local computer you can often go to your file explorer and you can just copy and paste easily the file path here to your libname statement. But if you are using the Linux SAS server, it doesn't work, because if I copy and pasted my address, it would give it in this format, and this doesn't work. So I have to be careful to have it in a proper way, like this. A couple of notes also here, that one is that you have to be careful that this, of course, this folder that you want to create your library reference, it has to exist before you run the libname statement, so otherwise it doesn't work. And yeah, there's also a note here that there's also a few ready-made libname statements available for use when we use SAS. So we talked earlier that there is this work folder. Work is a temporary place to save your data. So if you save something to the work folder, they get deleted when you close down your SAS session. SAS user, on the other hand, is a permanent place to save, and that's but you have to check what folder it refers to, because it can vary depending on how the installation is done. There's two ways of adding comments in SAS code. You can either start with the star and end with the semicolon, or you can use the slash star comment star slash. That's the other way. And yeah, that's it for section 3. See you in the next section.